So we go to the next section, which is the fun section, which is the random quickfire questions. All right.
Yeah,
So it's going to take scared. Okay, it's going to take a while only. Right. So just casual questions, nothing to do with immortalized, nothing to do with grit and passion and perseverance. Really random. So let's start. All right. Are you a morning or night person?
Morning. And
Okay.
night. I'm not an afternoon person for sure. Like afternoon, I just want to sleep, like kind of situation. But I wake up early, I do a lot. At night, I do a lot. It's just afternoon. So I'm morning and night, but not afternoon.
Interesting. Okay, morning and night is not okay. So that's when I could reach out to you more, I guess. What is your favorite book?
Harry Potter. For sure, 100%. Yeah,
Wow.
you can do anything with.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, in
Okay.
fact, I have a lot of Harry Potter stuff.
Interesting. Do you have the wand? Okay. The Harry Potter wand. Are you serious?
Yeah, for my 30th birthday party, I went as like a witch, well, wizard kind of stuff. But yeah, I had the whole full robe thing. And in fact, like all my friends, yeah. So anyway, it's out there on Instagram anyway.
Okay. What is your favorite place?
Country or city or location?
Anything. Can be anything.
Home. I'm a Chinese.
Chinese. Okay. Now we know Regina's a Chinese.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not a China. Okay. What are you best at?
Best at talking. Well, okay, let's put it this way. I've grown to be best at trying to help people understand difficult things. I wasn't that when I was younger. I always get frustrated when people don't get my point of view, and I used to think it's that they are stupid kind of situation. But right now, then I realized actually one of my ex-boss told me the problem lies with me because it's me that's supposed to be explaining to people my point of view, not expecting other people to understand me. So right now, I think compared to a lot of people, that's what I'm potentially better at.
Okay, cool. It brings me to a point where context is more important than content, isn't it? Sometimes the context of it is more important than the actual content.
So that's something that I tell the NUS kids. Sorry, not kids, but NUS because they're much younger than me. So
okay, we're not going to we're not going to the age question.
Okay, well, in any case, because they are younger, I always basically tell them that when they're trying to explain things to people, is you need to understand where someone is coming from, and basically it's the same information packaged differently to suit the listener's ear. That's one way better to negotiate, better to persuade, and better to kind of like present your stand. If you know where this person is coming from, then it's better to. So one thing that I always tell people, like, when I meet a new person, first 15 minutes, I'm just mapping this person out so that I can better explain, what I'm trying to say. Like if I read a BCs, I'll ask them some questions, try to get, where they're coming from, what they're exposed to and everything. So I know how to present my information in a way that they can understand.
Yeah, totally. Know your audience, isn't it? Right? Know your audience. Yeah. On the other side, what are you worst at?
What am I worst at? I'm very impatient. Super impatient. So that's also part of why I like to automate things a lot. Like even when I was in Bloomberg and everything, I try to automate, make everything like there's some sort of process. When it's especially something repetitive, if I have to do it the same thing over and over and over again, I want to automate it. So that's a good part that comes out from impatience. But the bad part is that when someone cannot catch up with me, I sometimes, when I was younger, I had this more emotional management issue. I get very impatient very quickly and I snap really quickly. But as I grow older, I learned to be a bit more patient in terms of, I'm sure my friends would still say I'm not patient compared to average, but over time, learn to be a bit more patient, and I constantly remind myself to be more patient. I think that's where my biggest weakness lies, as in everybody do things at a different pace. Doesn't mean it's not as good, but it's just different. Yeah.
Oh, totally agree. Okay, well, I think there's some similarities between us. Is it a
That's why
19?
birthday. That's why we
Oh,
have the
same
same
birthday! Fun fact. So Regina and I have exactly the
Alright.
same birthday. Like, okay, let's
And
do
birth
the
year.
birth year, right? So 14 October
so-
1987. All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna get this episode out on that very day, if possible, that very week, maybe, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, cool. Who do you admire the most in your life? Anybody?
Admire the most.
Mhm.
So, actually, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's Steve Mahush and a lot of people. But if you really talk about one
Mahush.
person that's truly impacted my life, for example, I would say it's my ex-boss. His name is John Liu. Okay, I'm going to say it out thanks to him because a lot of what he said when I was much younger, much more impatient, much more inexperienced, had actually basically till today I remember. Like sometimes when I do things, I face certain problems. His words comes to my head. So I think he probably has one of the biggest impact on my life. Like for example, take your time to do things right, and not rush and get it wrong. So this is one thing that resonates with me all the time. When when you're a startup, you have a million things to do. Sometimes you just need to take a breather, take a step back. Okay, what's my priority? Let's take time to get everything right instead of we're trying to rush and get it out and then you get it wrong all the time and it's just a waste of time at the end of the day. So like little things like this, when he said to me when I was much younger, stays with me even till today.
Wow, interesting. So during our journey in life, we do face people that give us really precious advice, right? To kind of make some.
Which is what I'm doing for the NUS students right now. I'm hoping that I could be the John Liu for them as well, like giving them the bigger perspective on things. Because I realize that when you're younger, because you don't see the bigger picture, you're more focused on what you're doing right now, but you don't see the bigger context of things. So that's what I try to give them, as in a bigger context of what they are doing and why it matters in a bigger context, or how they should be thinking in the bigger context kind of stuff. So and I was really lucky to have a lot of mentors and everyone who really helped me through my journey, and that's kind of where I don't go in saying that I want to give back kind of stuff, because I'm not altruistic to begin with. That's what I always say, but I really appreciate those that help me, and I want to do the same for others. Hopefully be the ripple effect of their life.
Yeah, I mean that's where sometimes this whole ecosystem of mentorship comes in, right? I think where we have kind of garnered kind of experience over the past years, and there are fresh grads coming every year anyway, and those are a bit, sometimes they are lost, sometimes they are young, and it's time to kind of give back in a way to the society, right? In a way.
I mean, I always say to the younger generation is that doesn't mean someone is older or more experienced means the person is right. You should listen, but you should challenge as well. I mean, that's what I think.
Totally. And mentorship is two-way, not one-way, right? It's actually we do learn something from the younger chaps, right? Seriously, right? I mean,
I
it's
learned so much
two-way.
from them. I mean, the way to view things has changed. Well, I'm not too sure whether I have changed because I've aged, or is it because they are bringing new perspective. But either way, it's a good learning point to see things from their point of view as well. And it's a mutual learning journey for both sides, to be honest.
It is. Cool. So that's all for the random quickfire questions. I think I enjoy a lot chatting with you, Regina, and thanks for sharing your insights and your passion for Immortalize. I hope to see a lot of things coming out from Immortalize as well, and with your leadership and your co-founder's leadership. Thank you so much for your time, Regina.
Right. Okay. Last word. Do your estate plan.
Oh yes. Go to which website?
www.immortalize.io.
Thank you, Regina. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.